Hi guys, my name is Mayan. Today I want to talk about English. The differences between English and Vietnamese. Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to talk about the differences between English and Vietnamese. English is very different from Vietnamese. The sounds are different, the grammar is different, and the writing is totally different. It's very difficult to speak English well. If you want to speak English well, you must forget about the differences. Just practice correct sentences until you are used to them. The more sentences you can learn down, the better you can express yourself. If you believe in yourself and practice crazily every day, you will make it. You will conquer English. Vietnamese is the most difficult language in the world. If you can't speak Vietnamese, you can speak English. Memorizing words. Many people tell me that it is very hard to remember new words. They complain that no matter how hard they try to memorize new words, they always forget them. The best way to remember new words is to practice them every day. Practice them in sentences and paragraphs. Listen to tape and read along every day. Otherwise, you will forget easily. If you need my help, please call me. We are friends. Friends help each other. Let's conquer new words. The world is becoming smaller and smaller. Ladies and gentlemen, more and more foreigners are coming to Vietnam. More and more people around the world are starting to learn Vietnamese. More and more Vietnamese are starting to do business and travel around the world. The world is becoming smaller and smaller. That's why English is becoming more and more important in Vietnam. If you want to ensure a great future for Vietnam, we must practice English harder than ever before. How to speak fluent English? Ladies and gentlemen, everyone wants to speak good English. Now let me give you some advice. Don't be afraid of losing face. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. Don't be afraid of practicing your English. Don't be ashamed of speaking poor English. Don't be ashamed of being laughed at. Don't be ashamed of being stared at. The only real shame is that you never open your mouth. The only way to learn English is never be afraid and never be ashamed. It's never too late to make a change in your life. Don't be afraid. You can make it. You are great. How to learn English well? Ladies and gentlemen, there are many ways to learn English. You can learn English through singing. You can learn English through listening. You can learn English through reading. You can learn English through writing. But the best way to learn English is through speaking and reciting as many sentences as possible. The more sentences you can learn down, the more English you will speak. How to pronounce English words correctly? Ladies and gentlemen, today I'd like to talk about how to pronounce English words correctly. First, spell the word aloud. Then, read the word aloud according to a tape. Carefully imitate its sound. Then, shout out the word as loudly as possible. Lastly, find a good sentence to use this word. Think about what the words mean in this sentence. If you follow this step, you will soon be proud of how well you can pronounce English words correctly.